Are we allowed to go 15 seconds early?
Yes, you are.
Okay, let's just do it. Let's just do the darn thing. Can we have a call to order, right? Yeah? Is that what we're doing?
That'd be you.
Okay. Yeah.
Trustee Tarpley,
Here.
Trustee Brady,
Here.
Trustee Terrell,
Here.
Trustee Griffin,
I'm here.
Trustee Wood,
Here.
Student Trustee Haley Reyes,
Here.
Superintendent President Dr. Walden.
Here.
Pledge of Allegiance. I feel like I'm not doing anything right this year. Let's rise, and I choose Rick. You're welcome. It's because you're very tall.
He's almost as tall as Scott.
Yeah.
Almost.
Thank you, sir.
Right hand over your hearts. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, sir.
President Tarpley, it's my pleasure to introduce the pastor of High Desert Church, Pastor Todd Arnett. Pastor, thank you for coming at the last minute.
Let's pray. Father God, thank you for the opportunity, even as we consider our pledge of allegiance to our country, that we are a people under God. And as we consider that, consider the realities going on in our own lives, the realities going on in our community, the realities going on in our country and around the world. It's heavy. There's a lot. But what we're grateful for is we're not just simply under you. God, we thank you that you are in it and through it and over it. And so when I think of this meeting tonight, my prayer would be that there would be great opportunities for students and for this community in the Victor Valley to be blessed, to be encouraged, God, to be academically trained for things of careers and for future and for what you would use Victor Valley College for. Let decisions that are made tonight, God, let them be those that bless and encourage students now and into the future. And would our community be stronger because of VVC? Would our community be a better place and well-equipped, God, for the world because we have this institution, these professors, staff, faculty, God, in this campus. So we're grateful for it. We pray for good wisdom, discernment tonight in this meeting. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks
you so
again.
much. Okay, public comment announcement. Do we have any public comment? So I will skip the announcement. Announcement of items deleted or corrected? None? Love this.
2 for 2.
All right, Board of Trustee goals.
Trustee Brady.
Oh, thank you, Trustee Brady.
Oh, it is?
I guess so.
Well, we are continuing to do industry deals, and with the great help of Trustee Wood, we have the court reporting coming up in February. And Trustee, you've done a lot of work, thanks. I mean, you've done some heavy lifting. I did get a little bit of late news this afternoon. I know Dr. Walden's assistant, Stephanie, has been working with Senator Suzette to get her on over here. We've now pinned down some Fridays, so we made a little progress about 20 minutes ago. But accidentally, I had a phone call with her over some concerns that I have dealing with everything from safety to infrastructure out here. And so Dr. Walden and I have talked about how the college can convene a meeting with the mayors of the cities, our supervisors, some of our legislators, to see what we can do about, the crime that's going on, the lack of infrastructure, the column pass, and things like that. So that's part of my goals, and we'll see February. And again, Trustee Wood, thanks.
My pleasure.
Easy. And we get a good lunch out of it, too.
I love it. Okay, moving on, 5.1 individual Board of Trustee reports. Shall we start with Haley?
Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. I will start off that last month I attended the nursing pinning ceremony and the paramedic graduation. I've been to a few nursing pinnings, and it's always an amazing sight to see. It's so beautiful. But it was my first paramedic graduation because I did promise Dave Olson that I'd be there in attendance, and so he was so excited. We had our Lights of Love event, and it was very well attended with estimated 800 people. So we were definitely packed in there. All the kids were having a great time. There was a little kid in particular that was my favorite because her mom was volunteering, and so she didn't expect to get a present, but we made it happen. And as soon as you call her name to go up on stage and receive her present from Santa, she was so happy.
Beaming.
Yes. So definitely see VVC in her future. ASB also wrote 150 holiday cards for the veterans out in Barstow. And then on January 19th at 6 p.m. will be a concert featuring Dorian Hawley in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. in our Performing Arts Center. This event is sponsored by DVL in partnership with ASB and Yamoja. And that will conclude my report.
Thank you. I'm just going to keep it moving this way, so
Sure.
Thank you.
I had a very quiet month. Basically just did the Chamber Executive Committee. We had a Christmas party that Stacy Duvall actually got a nice award from the foundation. Presented to her that night, so that was really nice to see. She's very deserving of that.
absolutely.
And then I had an opportunity to, through the apprenticeship committee that I'm a chair of, we donated some toolboxes to apprentices, and 6 of them happened to be at Mitsubishi Cement, so it was nice to give them a little Christmas gift. About $1,500 worth of granted toolboxes, so that was
Very
good.
cool. Toolboxes are expensive.
Oh, man.
Joseph
Yeah, every
W.
time
Brady.
you see somebody driving a pickup truck with one in the back, you think somebody's going to nap that dude. You know, I mean, it just. I think like Trustee Terrell was a little quiet. I found out how to lose 10 pounds in 4 days, and that's to get a sinus infection right around Christmas. So you don't eat scotch to even taste good. But I picked five back up.
That was a lot of information.
That's because of New Year's. But you know, I'll tell you this, and some people will take this political, and if you do, I'm sorry. My wife and I became supporters of Turning Point USA before Charlie Kirk was killed, and we had the distinct opportunity of attending the AmFest events down in Phoenix, and got very close. Was at a private dinner with Erica. And it was really nice to be around 33,000 people for 5 days that kind of thought common sense, thought about Christianity, thought about getting along. And it was fun. I understand we do have a chapter here. Deb and I have offered to help out financially for that. We deeply believe in it. And anybody that has any interest in attending AmFest or knowing anything about Turning Point, feel free to give me a call. We're proud to be a part of it. And I just think it's good for, mankind. So that was it.
Okay, my report is that I barely remember what I did yesterday. So if I saw you in the month of December since the last board meeting, it was great to see you. Happy holidays, Happy New Year. I know I went to the employee Christmas party,
Yeah,
and
I saw
I
you.
think that might be all that
Do
I
you
did.
remember Christmas Day?
Nope, don't know. So, happy holidays, Happy New Year. Moving down the line.
Wow.
Okay.
A
Well,
little amnesia, huh?
I know, it's bad. It's bad.
what I remember is on December 13th, I attended the Christmas party that was here.
It was good.
It was amazing. So if you had any hand in putting that together, then you need to pat yourself on the back. We really had a good time. That was really awesome. My wife was there, and she typically doesn't like to dance or even come out to social events, but you know, she had a really good time and didn't want to dance with me until I told her I was going to dance with another lady, and then she said, "Oh, let's go, let's go." I was going to dance with Monica's sister. I was going to look for her, and she said, "Well, no, I'll dance with you. Come on." But anyway, we had a really good time. The food was really good, and it was a really festive event. So I look forward to attending more of those.
Thank you for including the board in that.
Absolutely.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. On my way here this evening, I saw on the marquee that Dorian Hawley is
Yes.
going to do that tribute to Michael Jackson. And so I just added that to my calendar of things to do next week. Next week is going to be really particularly busy for me because I, as well as Trustee Terrell, we're going to, I think you're still going to the Effective Trustee Workshop that's going to be in Sacramento. And Dr. Walden, you're going as well, right?
Yes.
So it should be really good. It'll be a really good company. So I look forward to that. I look forward to learning a whole lot, and that's going to help me in my role here as trustee.
Is that next week?
Finally, Excuse me.
I know, that's what I'm talking about.
And finally, last Thursday, I was contacted by one of the city commissioners for the city of Adelanto. Never got a phone call from him before, but he was interested in donating $4,000 to our athletic program. Now, I don't think we've gotten a check yet, but I mean, just the fact that he wanted to do that, I just think is really good. So I wanted to take a moment to publicly thank them for that gesture. And I look forward to us receiving that check. And so again, thank you very much, City of Adelanto, on behalf of
Do we need to
Victor
give
Valley.
Kirsten his number? Because she'll
Well, we already,
tie that
we're already
bow
on that.
up.
Have you reached
That's
him
cool.
yet?
Good job.
You meet with
Awesome.
him next week.
Do you,
Awesome.
do you mind me asking who that commissioner is?
Yeah, it was Angel Mesa.
Okay.
Mesa, yeah.
Good.
Yep, absolutely. So,
Congratulations.
Big time.
congratulations.
Artie's happy.
Okay, and does that conclude your report?
That concludes
Okay.
my report. Thank
Dr.
you.
G. Okay, and Brennan Wood.
All right. Also fairly quiet. Attended the Christmas party. Thank you very much. An excellent event as usual. It was so nice to have it here in the event center and not have to drive as far and have it here on campus in our own home. Also attended the nurse pinning, and another exceptional event also here in this room, which was very nice to have it here and not off campus. And I think that's about it for school stuff.
Thank you.
President Tarpley, I'd just like to say, Haley, you and your team did a great job. I kind of forgot about it. I wasn't feeling good, but you did a great job. Thanks. Stephanie, too.
Okay, so not to step on toes, but special presentation. Do you announce it or do I announce it?
Well, you probably wouldn't know who to call up.
Yeah, so you go, take it away.
So, the Citizens Bond Oversight Committee Annual Report, Dr. Freeman's going to make that presentation. And I just wanted to say, we've annually done an audit on the bonds and reported that to the board. But in going back through a very astute inquiry by Trustee Terrell, we did the history, and the board had always gotten an annual report in addition to the audit from 2008 all the way up until 2019 was the last one. And I don't know what to blame it on, other maybe COVID or something, but somehow out of sight, out of mind. So thank you, Trustee Terrell. We feel like this is a really important report to share with the board. So henceforth, from tonight going forward annually, we will give the board a report on the bond.
We've had, let me get some clarification. We've had
We've had audits, but we've not had this report here.
Oh, okay.
This is how much has happened. This is a report on everything that's happened with the bond since 2008, and we'll just be adding to it every year, right?
Correct.
There were a couple of years that there was literally nothing that happened.
Very true.
I mean, literally like 3 entries.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Walden, members of the board, for the opportunity to present on behalf of the Citizens Bond Committee. There has been some activity in the last year, as you know. We do the audit. We also have met as a committee throughout the year, last year and this year, so we're meeting our obligations for the Oversight Committee, but honored to be able to present this evening.
Now, we have been, I want to make clear, the bond committee has met regularly throughout the years, all the time I've been here. So
Yes.
that's happened. What has not happened is a report like you're getting right now.
So a little history on the bond. Passed in 2008, $297 million. And you can see what the measure was. And in October of 2008, the committee was established through a board resolution. And you can see the committee membership on the other column. Obviously, those are the One Stop and the Regional Public Training Safety Center. And then on the first slide was our ribbon cutting for the event center and the stadium that we've had this past term. So our bond program, just a summary there, it highlights the major
projects that we have completed. And, if you think about 2008, 17, 18 years ago, and some of the projects, and we'll review those. Currently, we've sold $193 million out of the bond out of the 297. So we've spent approximately $186 million so far. The remaining $6.7 million is slotted for the Stadium Fieldhouse project. So this evening you'll see a bid that we would like to award for the infrastructure and the concrete and the installation of modular buildings. The Board of Trustees has already approved with American Modular. So that 6.7 will be finished with the Stadium Fieldhouse project coming up. Actually, we should be done this calendar year. So this is what Dr. Walden referred to as our kind of long-standing list of projects, and you can see each series of bond transactions that we've done over the years, the last one being in September of 2023. Along with some bond interest, our total income, $193 million. And then you can see some of the major expenses. So, going back to paying off a certificate of participation, the Regional Public Training Safety Center, we purchased some land for a possible future workforce development center, and so on and so forth. So the thing that is different is that we've finished the Stadium Event Center, this phase of it, and so that was added into the line item. You can see it under main campus. And then...
So wait, before you go, I
Yes,
want to
sir.
point out, so a couple of surprises. Well, one of them wasn't so much a surprise, but the biggest surprise that I saw when I saw this was 1997. The bond was passed in 2008. The board, the first $53 million of the bond was to pay back debt. And I assumed that that debt was, I don't know this for sure, but that debt was used to build buildings. They borrowed money to build buildings, and so then that was paid back. The other one that we know about was, of course, we know about the Public Safety Training Center, but then the Workforce Development Center Phase 1, $11 million, was the purchase of the property that is at Main and 395.
Oh.
So that property is still owned. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and if there's any questions on, thinking back to the history, some of our solar covers on campus, as well as some other campus projects, some upgrades, and those types of things. But in recent memory, semi-recent memory, was the One Stop and then the Stadium Event Center for the bond proceeds. And then auditors' comments. We always include the auditors' comments. They're here this evening, so if you have questions, you can ask them next. But they audit our bond every year. And you can see at the last paragraph there, the results of the test indicate that all significant aspects, additionally expended measure JJ funds specifically for the purpose of the bond and nothing outside of the bond. So good news. And we look forward to completing this series of bonds this calendar year. We're also looking at bringing to the board an issuance of future bonds to help finance building 30 that you'll hear tonight from our architects. And so that will be coming at a future board meeting. We can talk more about that.
So $30 million is currently in capital outlay set aside toward building 30. And then we expect this probably another $35 million to come in April, May, which we'll bring back to the board to authorize us to go out for that. And that's the money that would cover that building. So.
All right, happy to answer any questions. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And then Eric, go ahead and introduce the next item.
Sure. So I'm going to bring up Michael Stevens. He's going to introduce his team. Oh, I'm sorry, nope.
Yes.
We're
Just
going to
kidding.
the auditing.
Main Street
So Chris, come on up.
and 395.
Yeah.
I think it's called Phelan Highway.
So, you want to introduce yourself? Yep, should get going. Thank you.
Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Stephen Curry. I'm one of the audit partners with CWDL. What I'm going to do today is just kind of go over kind of the results of the audit at a very high level. I know those reports are very long, 100 pages, so we're not going to go through the report. We're just going to talk about what we do as auditors and kind of the results of the audit. So before I begin, I just want to thank Eric, Jackson, Nancy, and the teams and everybody across campus for all their work. As auditors, we do request a lot of samples, hundreds of samples, and it's a lot of effort for all the departments to get those samples provided to us so that we can go through that to essentially give the results of the financials. So some of the services and deliverables we'll talk about. What we do is we issue 4 reports, which is 3 opinions, and we'll go through those. So the first one, which we'll talk about, is the independent auditor's report on the financial statements. So what that is, that's our report covering the financial statements as a whole, and that really covers the majority of that report. So that's all the basic financial statements beginning on page 14, all the way through the notes of the financial statements, which ends on page 59. So the majority of the report is what we issue. So what we say in there is we issue that unmodified opinion on the financial statements. Essentially saying, as auditors, we're making sure that the financial statements are materially accurate at the end of the year. Management's responsible for the fair presentation of the financials, but we audit those financials to make sure that they're materially accurate. And then in addition, when you go through, you have the financials in there, then you have the notes to the financials, you have the RSI schedules, which talks a little bit about the pensions and OPEB. One thing just to point out when you're going through the report, we have the reconciliation page, which is a really good spot under the supplementary information, which is on page 74, and that helps you get from those governmental funds, which you're used to seeing on the day-to-day basis, to the audited figures. And then lastly, we have our 3 other reports. The first one being our independent auditor's report on internal control over financial reporting and on compliance and other matters. What this is saying is not only are we looking at the financials, but we're also looking at the district's internal controls over the financial statements. So a lot of our samples we pull have to do with, like cash disbursements, cash receipts, payroll, HR, and some of the different compliance areas. And with that, we also issued an unmodified opinion with no significant deficiencies or material weaknesses noted. The second report that we issue is the independent auditor's report on compliance for each major federal program. And what this is, all districts that expend more than $750,000 are subject to what's called the single audit. So we use the Uniform Compliance Supplement where we test our procedures from there. So any individual program that has more than $750,000 will test. So with that, we did result that we had no material weaknesses, but we had 1 significant deficiency that the district has addressed, which we'll talk about momentarily. And then the last one is the independent auditor's report on state compliance. So each year, the Chancellor's Office issues the Contracted District Audit Manual, the CDAM is what we call it, where they list out various programs they want us to see whether the district offers. If so, they have suggested audit procedures. And with that, we also issued no significant deficiencies, no material weaknesses, and an unmodified opinion. And you can see that on page 86, which would have the summary of our auditor's results. It would list out the different opinions we have, whether or not we had any significant deficiencies or any material weaknesses. And then for the one that I talked about, we did have a significant deficiency over the student financial aid program. It was just the return of Title IV funds. Really what that was just kind of a lapse of somebody leaving a position and someone come back in. District has resolved it, so that's something that we don't expect to be happening going forward. The other service and deliverable we'll talk about is Measure JJ. So just kind of what we do on that one, we give the independent auditor's report on the financial statements and then the report on the internal controls. So very similar to the district. We're auditing those financial statements. It is just a fund of the district and it's part of the district audit, but we do issue that separate report. And within there, maybe just a couple key highlights. What we do is we're looking at the expenditures to make sure that they're being spent according to the bond ballot language. And we looked at approximately 82% of those expenditures. We look at if items go out for bid, we look at all the bidding behind all of that. And that's how we issue that report. So we did issue the unmodified opinion, and essentially saying that the district has properly accounted for the expenditures held in the bond construction funds, and those expenditures were made for costs authorized by the voters of the district. Any questions?
I'm kind of concerned about your comment about we had a significant finding, but it just got kind of resolved. What was the significant?
So
finding?
return to Title IV. So when students have like a change in enrollment, there's a calculation that you would do once you're aware of a student has a change, that they've dropped classes or withdrawn, you would do this calculation to see if the student owes funds back. And you're supposed to do that once you're aware of it, and you have to remit those funds if the student owes funds. So typically, you would run processes that are looking for those changes of enrollment, but what happened with that, there was some change into the student financial aid department, and the person that was doing that wasn't trained on the requirement, so they had to shift that responsibility over.
So there are no penalties, nothing?
No penalties, just a,
Because it was corrected.
yes,
Okay.
yep.
Stephanie, thank you for sending the audit reports to us in advance via email. That's very helpful. So I wasn't not reading it along with you. It's that we already received them and reviewed them. So thank you. Any other questions?
Pleasure.
Great job. Thank you for your presentation.
George, second.
And Dr. Carpenter, so once a year, I believe, we are required to, but this is a good requirement, to report out on student equity. And so the board, the plan was filed with the state a few months ago, but by this time, the board has to actually vote on the plan, which they will do later in an action item. But this is the report on it and time for discussion, if there is any.
Yes, so we actually have to do a 3-year report for student equity funds. So this year we had a campus-wide approach to writing our student equity plan. We really wanted to make sure we capture all of the work that's happening across campus. For 25-26, we received $4.2 million.
Maybe tell them why you're talking instead of Pablo.
Gotcha. So I am the outgoing director of student equity. Pablo is the new incoming director. So we are actually splitting today's presentation. I will give you a very brief overview of the student equity data that was presented to us by the Chancellor's Office, and then Pablo will take over and talk about what we're going to do going forward to address our student equity metrics. One thing I did want to note, I have been involved in the past 3 iterations of the student equity plan. In 2016, our women students were popping across all of our indicators, and our most recent plan, our male students are showing disproportionate impact across all of our equity metrics. I think that's important to note because equity is ever evolving. So if, Tim, can you take us to the next page? Oh, excuse me. So we have 5 metrics that we have to present on. Again, this is a very high overview. You all will have the plan to review. It's about a 40-page plan, so you're welcome to look at it in more detail. The first metric that we had to report on is successful enrollment. So those are students who are disproportionately impacted, who say that they intend to enroll at Victor Valley College, and those who actually enroll in classes. So our disproportionately impacted groups for enrollment are our Black African American students, our Asian students, our non-binary students, and our white students. The Chancellor's Office provides percentages for us, but here I've shared with you the actual number of students. I think that makes it more attainable for our folks who are doing the work. Instead of saying, 23%, we're now looking at how many actual students we need to start converting in order to eliminate disproportionate impact and also to fully close our student equity gaps. Next slide, please. The second metric is transfer level math and English. We know these are our gatekeeper courses that subsequently impact students and how they progress and eventually go on to transfer. Our disproportionately impacted student groups are our Black African American students and our male students. Next slide, Tim. For metric 3, it's our students who start with us and then continue into the second term. We have a larger group of disproportionately impacted students when it comes to persistence. It's our Black African American students, our first generation students, Hispanic male students, our LGBTQ students, and our male students overall. Next slide. The fourth is completion. So these are students who have set out to complete a degree or a Chancellor's Office approved certificate. Our disproportionately impacted students when it comes to completion are our Black African American students, our first generation male students, our Hispanic male students, our LGBTQ students, and our students with disabilities. And the fifth metric, Tim? And finally, transfer. So you may or may not be aware the Chancellor's Office is really focusing on transfer statewide. We're seeing really some challenges with students who start at community college excuse me, and go on to transfer at the 4 years. So there's going to be a big focus on this coming up. For Victor Valley College, our disproportionately impacted students are those who are economically disadvantaged, our Hispanic students, and our male students.
Malia, could you comment on, so all of these slides have had, like I'm going to take the Hispanic student up in the top right, it says to eliminate D, is that D1?
DI, so to
DI.
eliminate disproportionate impact.
Okay, it's 3 students. To fully close the equity gap, 24 students. Can you explain that?
Sure. So to eliminate disproportionate impact, the way that the Chancellor's Office calculates it is student groups who are behind all other students who are not in that student group. So for Hispanic students, they're looking at transfer for Hispanic students compared to transfer rates of all other students who do not identify as Hispanic. And so there's kind of like a margin within there whether or not they're considered disproportionately impacted.
So are we talking about 3 individuals when
Yes.
it says 3 students?
Yes.
Because it doesn't seem like much.
Correct. So part of presenting this is to, again, make this more attainable for the folks doing the work. I want them to see when we're talking about disproportionately impacted students, like these are attainable goals for us. These are goals that we can work towards. Now
Because
you'll
they're very
see some
small.
that
All
are
of-
larger.
All of them are very small numbers, every one of them.
You'll see some that are a little bit larger. 64 students for economically disadvantaged. I
In the
hate.
first slide, there were 350 students. In that bottom right
But I mean,
corner.
we're not talking about thousands is my
Right.
point.
No,
Correct.
But I mean, that number really did jump out. You know, they were.
We could talk a lot about successful enrollment. There are, part of equity work is also examining our practices. Successful enrollment is a tricky one because we have a lot of students that apply to VBC who don't actually intend on enrolling, who were going to university from the start, but they applied to VBC.
Because the high schools require it.
Yes.
Right.
So for us, you'll see 360 students that did not successfully convert.
And they get extra credit if they apply to BBC as well.
Yes. So it's a little tricky in that sense, but yes. And then to fully close equity gaps, that's basically to achieve parity. That's saying everybody is performing at the same level across the board. So that's the difference between eliminating DI and fully closing our equity gaps.
Dr. Carpenter, I was going to save my questions until the end, but since we're jumping in, so I think it would be useful for us to see some comparative data in order to see like the impact that we're having as an organization. Like, for example, like pivot charts that show the data from last year or maybe even 2 years ago versus where we are now. That way we'll know whether we're incrementally making progress. So I'd like to see something like that.
For sure. I was thinking the same thing last night. I was like, man, it would be nice to see like what the progress that we've made over the years.
Sure.
So absolutely, yes. And with that, I'll turn it over to Pablo because I think, presenting the data is important to understanding, but more important is what are we doing about it? And so that's
So-
what Pablo's here to
Just,
share.
just to finish your thought, so where in the last 3 years, where are we going? Are we moving the needle in the right direction?
Well, if you remember, we got the, what was that award we got 2 years ago?
The John W. Rice Award?
Yeah, the John W. Rice Award. So that was, these numbers, as she said, are coming from the Chancellor's Office. They gave us that because we were #1 in the state for improvement over time when it came to student success, right? And then we won 6 awards that had to do with African-American students and African-American black students and also Hispanic students. I don't remember what the third one was, but where we had achieved the transfer, the placement, had to do with placement and able to finish English and math. So we've won state awards over the last few years, but I I agree. I think a chart that would show it to the board and to the public would be great. So,
Yes, and I think sometimes asking that question, are we moving in the right direction, is tough to answer because our equity groups, or I'm sorry, our disproportionately impacted groups will change.
It's a moving
Right.
target. Yeah.
Yes, so like, 3 plans ago it was women. We don't see women anymore. So I could say, yes, we are moving in the right direction, but now we see men, right? And so just try to figure that out and how to answer that question, I think it's probably more appropriate to do a comparative analysis of seeing the progress.
like apples to apples, though.
Yeah. I think it's really important to just acknowledge that, in order for us to move forward, there needs to be like an intentional institutional commitment across all of us to be able to be informed by these metrics. As Dr. Carpenter mentioned, our male students or male Black students or male Hispanic students or LGBTQ students, those are targets that are important for us to acknowledge and to serve as we move forward into the new chapter, into the new year. A focus that we're going to be using, these metrics for really are going to come down to the retention aspect, being able to support students with assisting or with the persistence and their retention. I know in our engagement centers, we're really going to be honing in on the case management aspect of our strategy and really being able to strategize and retain the folks that we started with in the fall, right? Keeping tabs on them to make sure that they get across that finish line in the next 2.5 years. There are some really exciting things happening in some of our hubs. We have, again, the student engagement centers for academic disciplines that can come together. We have the Emoja Center, our Pride Center, our Veterans Resource Center, Multicultural Center that has some exciting things coming. Our Transfer Center, our Basic Needs. Those are all just examples of the different equity work that's being done and that is being rolled out has been rolled out and is continuing to gain traction. Something we really want to hone in as well is our open educational resources, right, or OERs. Training our students to understand, how they can sign up for a class that does not require them to buy a $200 textbook, right? And so if that's in their field and that's what they want to do, then maybe they do want to purchase that book. But if they don't have the means for it, training our students to identify that. I know our Office of Instruction is being really intentional about making sure we inform the students up front so that way there's no surprises. And then, we are also honing, when utilizing these metrics, just tapping into our peers, our students, empowering them to take leadership, right? As I look at our student trustee, making sure that students feel empowered to support each other and to help encourage one another. I think that has so much power, and that's something that we are going to be looking for implementing within all of our spaces. Lastly, I just wanted to remind everybody that equity work takes time. Like Trustee Tarpley mentioned, and it's a moving target. Our community changes, our institution changes every year. It does require a certain amount of heart, right, and investment that needs to be put forward. And teamwork. This is not something that can be done in silos. There's not one person that could be accredited for reaching an equitable campus, right? It's a team effort. So it is an absolute honor to follow the footsteps of Dr. Carpenter, and I just want to thank the board, thank all of our cabinet, our administrators, our classified professionals, and everyone for their commitment to this really important work. Thank you.
I have a final question, and I appreciate the work that you all have put into this, but is that something, the pivot chart, is that something we can look forward to receiving in the future?
We will get on that tomorrow.
Thank you, Dr. Carpenter. You're awesome.
That's pretty quick.
Thank you.
Starting it tomorrow.
Yeah. So be
Thank
at your
you.
desk by 8 o'clock.
Thank you very much. All right.
It's a good
We have some more
segue.
exciting things happening here. Jan, and who's coming with you? Pablo and Oscar. Okay. Caring Campus. Let's look at some good things going on. We have to share this with you guys because we went to the National Caring Campus Conference, and I had the privilege of standing alongside those three people in our presentation, and along with Heather Williams. our faculty member who's not able to be here tonight, but they're going to show you a video, I think, and then give you some encouraging remarks.
We love those.
Can we go ahead and just start the video?
Let's have the video. We showed this as part of our presentation, by the way, this video. It's, I believe, 8 minutes long.
8 minutes.
So Caring Campus is a movement. It is an embodiment and a mission that we have as colleagues, as educators, as administrators, as classified professionals, and as students to create the space, a place we want to be in, and a place we want to invite our community to be a part of. So it's just a state of mind, and it is also a movement.
Victor Valley College has adopted Caring Campus, an initiative developed by the Institute for Evidence-Based Change. This program is designed to strengthen student connection and improve overall success.
We have a commitment that we want to make to our students to ensure that they get the best support that they can have.
Since I'm the instructor, because I'm Department Chair of Child Development and I'm the RAM Coach Facilitator, but I don't like to call it RAM Coaching, I like to call it RAM Coaching Experience, because it's really connecting to an instructor's lens, and that's my focus with Caring Campus, is how can I help instructors to be more caring about their students, to really relate to them.
Caring Campus is being implemented at more than 120 colleges nationwide, VVC included, and research is showing that significant results, higher course retention, improved term-to-term persistence, and achievement gaps are closing dramatically. The approach requires minimal resources beyond initial coaching, making it both effective and sustainable.
As a student here on campus, one of the things I like about Caring Campus is the fact that we tend to break stereotypes. So the students here were able to meet with our faculty, our staff, and administration and build those campus connections early on and know that we have someone there supporting our journey throughout.
I'm a ambassador at Victor Valley College, and what it means to be a ambassador is to be, outgoing. At the same time, having that connection with students to help them out with things that they might need help with, like registering for classes, applying to the college.
The biggest takeaway from it was, how are we as classified professionals or administrators or faculty intentionally supporting our students?
At Victor Valley College, faculty and staff have been working with IEBC coaches to identify and apply simple, intentional behaviors that foster a culture of care across campus. Leadership teams support these efforts by monitoring progress and celebrating success, ensuring that Caring Campus becomes part of the college's fabric.
What I like so much about Ready Rams is we are involved with our local community. We have our retirement center just down the street that we get involved with often. We have the homeless shelter. We have a food distribution going on today with a local church from one of our students that they brought up to spotlight. We work with these close communities that are, very connected with our students. We want that close connection to feel that impact, to feel that morale, and to feel that, presence within our own community. I feel like that's what Caring Campus is all about.
This new initiative of Caring Campus has really brought forward a sense of camaraderie amongst each other. I think that the biggest thing I've seen is just folks being able to acknowledge what it is that they have been doing or things that they have adopted into doing as a form of Caring Campus and some of our commitments.
So the pandemic really did change a lot of our views, like as instructors, even as students. We have to understand where our students are and where they were at that moment. But it's just really helping them breathe, focus on their breathing. And I do it as an instructor when we're going to go over like main assignments.
So 10-foot rule is not like a literal, you measure 10 feet between you and the student, right? It's like an imaginative approach where you're like, hey, the student seems, like they may have some questions, or let me go ahead and approach them and see how their day is going, what they need help with. We care about them, and we want to solve their problems and have them go about their day.
And they're constantly there making sure that students have the resources they need and making sure there's someone there welcoming them so they're not super stressed on their first day and they feel like they actually have someone there to support them.
The staff here are very intentional on helping out students. When I need help getting somewhere, if I need help with admissions, I need help with food vouchers or whatever I'm looking for, they not only tell you where to go, but they'll walk you through it if they can. And that is exactly the energy I get in any department on campus.
What Caring Campus means to me as a ambassador is to go above and beyond in helping students with things that they might need help with.
Through this initiative, Victor Valley College is joining a growing movement that is transforming how colleges engage students, creating environments where connection leads to success.
Another one is warm referrals. And so with that one is us recognizing that maybe they do need a warm referral because it may not be that they're looking for the classroom, but maybe for a resource. And we can be that warm referral by hand walking them over and introducing them to the staff.
During the first couple of days of the semester, we do a first week greeting. So for a couple of days during the first couple of days of fall and spring, people from the college community are out there on the campus, throughout the campus, welcoming students, being there with resources or as a resource themselves to guide students and navigate that first day.
It can take many forms. It can be through verbal, right? I mean, greeting student, hey, how's it going? How's your day? How's the semester going?
Feeling cared for on campus is when you are having a bad time, that staff care about coming up to you saying, hey, you don't look like you usually look. How you doing? You want to talk about something? Just to stop their work to see if a student is up to par and if they need any help or is anything going on. That is what I think feeling cared for looks like. Having a staff member actually stop what they're doing to help you out.
They show care, right? Showing care is all about showing that energy, showing about that me as a person, me as an individual, and my own thoughts on what I could bring to the table matter, right? In the higher level, as a student, you feel kind of like you feel like the majority. When faculty comes into play, they show that importance, they show that support, they show that care. It could take a small idea a long way, right? So just giving that care and importance and that energy is what the biggest thing that stands out to me for faculty.
I think it's really important for each college to know their population of students. So a lot of our students, they're first generation college students. So we really have to help them kind of tie in what does college look like, what are the tools. So like we have the tutoring center, we have academic success, we have all these different programs to really help facilitate with them.
I'm Pablo Saldana, and VBC is a place to be.
Hi, I'm Heather Hammond-Williams, and VBC is the place to be.
Hi, my name is Oscar Perez, and VBC is the place to be.
VBC is a caring campus.
Victor Valley College is a caring campus.
VBC is a caring campus.
Victor Valley College is building connections one interaction at a time. For the Rams Report, I'm Andrew Caravella.
And at this conference, I was approached by the leadership of the IEBC, and they asked if I would be willing to sit on their national board. So I did accept that appointment. So I feel honored.
Oh, we're clapping.
So I'm representing you on the national level now.
Very nice. Do you say VVC is the place to be?
That's right. So the experience that we took on going to this national conference, we had no idea where we were fitting in the work that we're doing, us moving as a committee. And I think some of the feedback that we got was the fact that we're doing exactly what we need to be doing. It's really partnering in with the campus. The committee is just partnering. We're not doing the work. It takes the whole campus. It takes our leadership to be willing to put funds forward so that we could attend, so that we can have some of the things that we need when we're doing first week greeting or swag, to be able to have a shirt, to really advertise that this is what we believe in. This is a value system. It's not just an initiative. And we want to help our students, and we have the power to be that tool by making a commitment, by saying that we are going to follow those commitments that we have adopted as a committee, and we're going to start training people on how to use those. And that's exactly what we went and we did. We showcased it. What is Victor Valley College doing? And we told them our strategy is one interaction at a time. That's all we have. We're not going to do anything massive, but as we're working with individuals, whether they're at a service counter or in a tutoring center or in the classroom or just walking, and they just need to be seen and noticed, that's what we can do. And we also are the reflection of those students coming, and we can help them. I'm a graduate of Victor Valley College. I know the journey. I know the landmines. I know a lot of the landmines that are gone because we're in a different place today, and I am proud to be here. My teammates and I, some of the things that we really felt like was we made a name for ourselves. Our name is being spread across national articles. We have a college that we made an impact in Texas, and at one of our follow-up to the conference, we were invited to come in. I attended, and it just was us listening to them on a panel, but one of the panelists said, I can't wait to work with Victor Valley College again. We know our paths are going to meet again. And that was from Texas A&M, Kingsman.
Wow.
And so it just feels good to know that we are working hard and we are doing movement. We have a lot of movement to do, but the exciting thing is we feel like we're ready to go through our certification process, which we are starting winter of 26. We're hoping by the close of spring of 26 that we have submitted in our application and we find out whether or not where we land on bronze, silver, or gold, and we will be awarded something. So.
Yeah, so it was a really great experience. This is my first college actually that has adopted the Caring Campus initiative and model, and just to see the great things that Victor Valley College has done, Jan, Pablo, the whole Caring Campus committee, Dr. Walden, very inspiring because one of the things that we did like in our presentation is that we emphasized that we need to show care to our students, but also to our staff and faculty, right? That's very important. It's like a trickle-down effect where the administrators show care to the classified faculty and they'll show it to our students, right? So it was an honor and privilege to have attended the first ever National Caring Campus Conference, and I just look forward to the many great things that we'll do here at Victor Valley as part of Caring Campus.
So last week we presented our behavioral commitments that we came up with collectively. So the Caring Campus Committee has been, we have an all college service day every at the beginning of every main semester, so fall and spring, and we've been preaching to the choir and doing our presentations since the spring of probably fall of 2023. And every time the first time we did it, we were like, okay, what does Caring Campus mean to you? And we asked that to a group full of, 40 folks that were from different constituent groups. Faculty, we had some classified professionals, some managers, and everybody wrote down a paragraph or wrote down a couple sentences of what it meant to them. From that, Jen and I, did a qualitative approach, and we're like, okay, what are the patterns we're seeing? And so eventually we came up with these were like the most repetitive things that were coming up. So the 10-foot rule, wearing our name tags, right? Really just identifying ourselves as part of the college, cross-departmental awareness, warm referrals, which Jan talked about in the video, and then the first week greetings. So our folks, and then there's also a virtual environment as well that overlaps. Really what we want to just continue to do is just build on this momentum. If y'all feel inclined, any of my colleagues that are here in the audience or at home, if you want to just scan the QR code and just commit to being a part of this kind of movement and adoption that we're having as an institution, please put your name, just pledge with your name, your email. And that I think that's like 2 questions or 3 questions, but it really just says you're curious about learning more about what Caring Campus is, the tangible metrics we're using to implement Caring Campus. And yeah, I think across it was really cool to have the framework of other institutions across the nation. And I think just the support that we have and the traction we're gaining.
I think it'd be awesome if the entire board got onto that QR code and
hint,
signed
hint.
up. Wouldn't that be cool?
It's trying to load.
Can you send it to us?
No, so you got to click
Because
on
I
it.
can't do this many things at one time off.
Valid.
So if you could send it to us, that would
Yeah,
be great,
they'll do
and I
that.
will absolutely pledge.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Give
have
it
a
to Stephanie
comment,
and she'll send it to them.
please. I have a comment. So at the Emoja event, I think that was right after you guys returned, close to it. And I remember Jan and I were speaking after the panel, and you were so excited. You are still, I can hear it in your voice, and I just love that this is who you are, right? And you found your calling. And I think that's true of you, Pablo, and your name is Oscar? Oscar. So this personally, this is just me speaking personally, speaks to me. This is who I am as well. And so I love that this is something that VVC had before I got here and will have long after, we're all gone. But I love that we're building this into our infrastructure. It's our bricks, right? Our bricks. And so keep up the good work. I'm just so proud of you. I almost got a little teary-eyed. So proud of you. It's paying off clearly, and keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you might need to fix the QR code.
Or the
So I actually got in.
interwebs.
The
Was
QR.
it not going?
Just
don't
send
know.
it to us. We don't have to be a
His
thing.
went
Let's
in.
just get it later.
Mine went to a Microsoft sign.
You know what?
We're just going to get it later, guys.
No worries.
I went, and the problem is I have to reset my phone whenever this happens. The problem is it happens about every 4 months, and I forget how to do it. Then if you hit enough buttons.
Did
But we're
go
just going to
straight
get it
to, like,
sent
a
to us.
website?
And so
It went to
moving
my-
on to the president's report
I-
for time. Thank you so
President-
much.
Mine went
President
to a
Tarpley.
Microsoft sign-in page.
President
so-
Tarpley, before we have Dr. Walden, how many of you in here had the honor or privilege to know Dr. Wagner? It was Dr. Wagner that brought the Caring Campus here. And there were 2 trustees, Trustee Tarpley and Wood, were at the meeting the night that we talked about the Caring Campus, and at the end of the meeting, he told us he was going to be retiring. But for me, I thought it was, at the time, a bunch of lip service. And it's so nice now. He died last year. And it's so nice to see that it's not lip service, that we're actually doing something and we're making a change, and we are really caring. So congratulations. Pretty cool.
So now we have the
Oh, I believe we have a facilities report,
Silly man.
a facilities update.
All right, good evening again. Ask Tim to bring that up. So let's talk a little bit about winter break. We had some serious roof leaks, and with the amount of rain we received, small roof leaks turned into major roof leaks. Want to give a recognition to the Maintenance and Operations Department. I think there were the only 2 days they weren't here were Christmas Day and New Year's Day, because I told them they couldn't be. But the rest of the time.
Thank you for telling them that.
Yeah. The rest of the time they were here, but they were dealing with things. So some of the major damage was a student activity center. I do not have a picture of that. But tonight you'll see on the board agenda that we're doing an emergency roof repair. So you can avoid the bid process if you declare something an emergency, because we need it fixed before the next big rainstorm. But we had started modernization and painting and flooring in that building during the winter break, because we wanted to schedule it when students weren't here, and there was some damage. So we are working on that now. Also, adaptive PE. Just over here, the roof, we had a small leak turned into a big leak, and you can see the floor damage there on the adaptive PE dance room. So we're working with our insurance company to file a claim for the dance floor and any other damage you have in there. And then building 10 had a significant roof leak. That's the picture on the left, but it wiped out the carpet, the tables, the furniture. So those are our kind of three big ones. So 2 insurance claims, emergency repair, and I'll talk a little bit about what else we're doing. So we had additional roof leaks, not to the severity of those 3 that I showed you. Science building, human resource, the building 10, performing arts on the PAC, we had a roof leak. Adaptive PE, I showed you the dance floor. We were able to patch that until we can get it fixed. And then construction technology, buildings 64. So we had already planned to go out to bid and are in the bid process for that to happen. And then we had this major dam pour. We did the emergency repair on the SAC. Our rests have been patched for the time being, but we look forward to bringing, hopefully next board meeting, a bid award to do some roofing across the campus. Wanted to talk about some completed projects from our facilities department, which happens to be about 1.5 people. But we went to a training on Friday to create an AI picture, and that's the future facility department.
It's so nice.
Yeah,
Looks good.
AI would like
It's
us to have that at some
manifesting.
point. So, yeah, it's true. I'm not sure where they got it from.
Exactly. First thing you look at, you get tractor supply.
But it also is in conjunction with our maintenance and operations department. They work so closely together. But a couple things. So one of the things I brought to the board was that we wanted to do some modernization in the music building. It was in need of repair in the carpet. So we've redone the carpet. We painted, we put in new lighting, and the flooring you can see in the hallway. Also, the roof of building 10 was multicolor.
You mean building?
I'm sorry, the music building was multicolor. And so we fixed that. There's an epoxy product that has a nice warranty. And so that roof is no longer 3 different shades of red. So that's the music building. The pickleball courts are done. If you get a chance, we're working with Chris and also instruction on non-credit courses as well as supporting the community. Not only did we do the pickleball, the board also authorized new LED lighting. So the new LED lighting is there. We're waiting on the windscreen. You can see the kind of in the back, the red with the black. It was actually supposed to be white. And so at no cost, they're redoing the windscreen for us and we'll wrap it. But they're done. They're ready to go. Big project that we did also, the weight room in the gym, new flooring, and that was long overdue. So we have new flooring in the weight room as well as new lighting. And also in the entrance of the gymnasium, kind of the foyer there and the hallway, we did new flooring there also. So if you go to an event in the gymnasium, you'll see the new flooring. If you stop over at the weight room, you'll be able to see that. So I'm excited about that. And then with vehicle storage, so we had this storage structure back behind M&O, but we acquired a food truck we're all excited about. So we raised the structure. You can see that concrete on the poles. We raised it enough to park Tyler's food truck underneath as well as some M&O vehicles. So wanted to share, the board approved that several months ago, wanted to share that with you. We're also in currently many projects, so I'll be able to bring the completion, including the SAC, paint, flooring, furniture. We've done some additional walkways down at the 66 complex, as well as restoring some restrooms. We have projects going on all over campus, but I wanted to wait until they were complete to bring them to you. So it was a busy time. We got slowed down a little bit during the winter break, but we're moving forward on a lot of our projects. So the last thing is I brought to you back in September our architect supported projects. And you can see where we're at for each one. Construction begins on the Event Center parking lot on the 19th. That came to the board already for bid award tonight. You'll see towards the bottom is the Stadium Fieldhouse project, and then you can see where we're at. And I put an estimated project completion. I want to highlight that word estimated, but we did want to provide the Board of Trustees with some estimated timelines. Once again, these are majority DSA projects. We work with architects and get those approved through the Department of State Architecture. And if there's any questions, that's where we're at facility-wise. Wanted to share a little bit about some of the storm damage as well as some of the projects that we were working on.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, Kirsten, Foundation.
Good evening, everyone. Tim, will you pull up my slides, please? Thank you, Dr. Griffin, for making that connection with Angelo Mesa. Appreciate it. Okay. And so this last go round, we awarded campus grants for a total of $26,521. I'll give you a moment to take a look at the departments that we were able to help fund. Campus grant is always a great way to supplement a program's budget, or perhaps non-existent budget, or whatever it might be. We started off the year really well, so we came back to work on January 2nd, and on that day we were notified, one, by California Community College Finish Line that we were awarded another $150,000 for the year, and also, and through that, $30,000 goes to emergency funding, $120,000 is for scholarships. And that same day, Southern California Edison renewed their annual sponsorship with us for Project Spark and STEM. So Spark the purpose is to support the Fire Academy students with scholarships, and then the STEM succession and retention allows for scholarships and also helps fund campus grants that are in the STEM field for our school. And we've been busy notifying all of our award winners for our upcoming Hall of Fame. You can see from left to right, we have Distinguished Service to Education, Lee Bennett. Stacy Duvall was Distinguished Service to Community. Shannon Dunkel was Young Alumni Hall of Fame. Marie Langley, Alumni Hall of Fame. And Peter Allen will be receiving the President's Award at our gala on February 28th. And our scholarship drive opened yesterday, and we have already received a few completed applications, believe it or not. So, yeah, we'll be scheduling scholarship workshops, Zoom workshops, and we'll be getting the word out to all the departments as well. And that completes my report.
Fabulous.
Is it okay if we go back one slide? I want to take a picture of that.
How do I get back, Tim? There's no back button on this, is there?
The very last one? No.
You got it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, ASB goals.
All right. Hello again, everyone. The card integrators are on the board agenda for this month, so we're looking forward to that. We'll be able to, I believe we're getting 3 machines, so I'm excited. We also located where the digital display boards will be placed, and the software for that is also on the board agenda. And then we are setting up a meeting with the agriculture department about the community garden. And I'll conclude goals.
Thank you, and I have no president's comments in addition to what I've already said.
Okay, so everybody good technology-wise?
I gotta run out. So.
Okay, we're gonna take a 10-minute technology break, so we'll be back at 7:18.
Okay, gotta go take care of some technology.
Right.
Let's get up here.
Hey, I came on the first cookout.
Thank you. So moving right into reports, Academic Senate,
They're not here.
AFT part-time,
Not here.
CSEA,
Not here.
CTA,
Not here.
Management.
Done.
There he is.
Oh, it's only Richard.
Only
Doctor.
Only Richard.
Good evening, Dr. Walden, trustees, Trustee Reyes. Mr. Brady, beginning of the meeting, you said something about core reporting, and I don't know that you realized how fortuitous that comment was, because I'm here to talk to you tonight about our progress on core
Oh, look
reporting.
at that.
Next slide, please.
Magic.
I think I have the.
I know it's important. I've been to the courthouse lately. Yeah, we can triple that size quickly.
Oh, yeah, it's madness.
Yeah. So first of all, I wanted to tell you, when I was previously the director of non-credit, I had the privilege of hiring our two faculty members, Tracy Nestle and Glenora Melendez. And we have been working for like a year and a half to develop the curriculum for the core reporting program according to the legislation that dictates what's required for a core reporting program in California. So up on the screen, you'll see all of the courses that we've developed over the last few years. And we received some guidance as we were going through and had a few revisions that we needed to make. And so we finally have all of our courses are state approved, and we're ready to move forward with the next phase of the process. So you see, those are the courses that students would take as part of the court reporting process. In addition to those courses, they also have some work to do outside of the classroom, 5 hours court reporting, and so the legislation says that they have some observation, and then they do supervised practice as part of that state requirements. Finally, we also have a number of certificates that students earn as they're going through the process. We have them grouped based on the topic areas, and then finally, when they complete the entire program, they'll get a capstone certificate signifying they've.
So how long does that take to get through the whole program?
It depends on the student's progress with their machine stenography. It's a skill like any other, so we expect it to be approximately 2 years for the coursework. And then if a student is really advanced and they're really diligent about their machine transcription, they could be ready to test for the state test at the same time. Based on what we're hearing, we expect probably closer to 2.5 years for a student to go through all the coursework and to develop the skill to be able to hit. They have to hit a 220 word per minute on the stenography machine before they're able to go and test.
That's crazy.
With only a minimum mistakes, like, right?
98.5% accuracy.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
But aren't the machines now a whole lot different than they used to be?
No, the machine stenography is very similar. The machines themselves. What has happened though is that now we're able to do, instead of the court reporter having to read off the tape and learn that skill to read off the tape, it's actually able to translate in real time. So, and Mr. Wood, I'm sure, can tell us more about this, but the judge on the bench is able to see in real time the transcript that's going through and can go through without needing a read back from the court reporter. They will if they want something on the record, but they can see it themselves as it's going through. So as I said, we have Tracy and Glenora. They've been phenomenal. They're court reporters in the San Bernardino County Courthouse in Victorville. In addition, Lonnie Hunley has been recently onboarded. And then because we have 4 others who have not completed the onboarding process, I don't want to have their names in this public forum, but I have 4 additional court reporters that are involved with the San Bernardino County Courts. I think one of them just recently retired, but they're in the hiring process. And then also I want to thank Cabinet and Dr. Walden for approving the funding to do some classroom renovations. And so the court reporting program will have a home in Portable 66-2. And so that'll be a regular classroom during the day. And then from 6 to 10 p.m., that'll be our court reporting classroom. Finally, I just wanted to tell, this is always a question for everybody, student costs. Students, if they choose, can buy a brand new stenography machine. During our orientation course, we're going to strongly suggest to them that they look for a previously owned stenography machine. $500 seems to be about a good price for those, but you can get cheaper if you look hard enough. A PC laptop is required for students. Again, $500 and up will handle that. And then the software that they're going to purchase, Case Catalyst is $399 for a subscription. And then Real Time Coach is what actually teaches them that machine transcription. And so the cost for the software is about $2,000. We've explored a number of different ways to reduce those costs. That's where we are right now. We will continue to explore options to help offset those costs for the
So
students.
to want a new machine and software, they're $4,000.
They can spend a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Can they?
Is there any ETP funding available for this?
That is a good question. I don't have an answer for you.
Well, the funding, so you said is there CTE funding?
No, ETP, Employer Training.
I see.
And then there's MCIE, the Manufacturers Council of the Inland Empire, just got a nice grant that you might look out to them to see if they might be able to help out some of the students as well.
Okay, I'll check them. Thanks, sir. And so wanted to tell you the reason I'm presenting about this tonight is I met with our faculty today. We went over the application that's going to go to the CSR board, which is the state board for California, and you should expect to see that on the board agenda for approval in February. Any questions?
Do we have many students with interest? Like, do we have a waiting list?
I haven't checked recently, but yeah, as I recall, yes.
Yeah.
I'll look while we're finishing the meeting, and then I'll get that information to you.
That's cool. Yeah, because I know there's a high need, but I just wasn't sure. I have a friend that 15 years ago went through this, but through a private school, and it was way more than that to buy the machine and do all of that. And I don't even know if she finished, to be honest. Like that's.
Well, what does the court reporter make today?
They drive the nicest cars in the parking lot.
So the numbers we've been giving out
But to some people,
is
that's
about $180,000 a year. And they also own their transcripts. So in the future, if a lawyer or a prosecutor needed those transcripts, they have to pay like, what's the $2 a page or something?
But yeah, if the court reporter likes you, $2 a page, but it goes up to $5 a page.
And you like own that forever.
There's a couple of things. One, it's illegal to make a copy of a transcript. So if I have a transcript and Steve says, oh, can I get a copy of that? I cannot photocopy the transcript. He has to go and get it from the court reporter. So it's a crime to copy a court. They're very, very protected. They've got a great lobby group up in Sacramento. And anytime the court orders a transcript, they have to order an original for the court that costs more. I don't know why. It's just stamped original. But they have to order copies for all involved attorneys. And the court reporter gets paid for every one of those. So and then you have appeals. Any case that gets appealed, there's a requirement that a transcript be sent. So you have like a month-long murder trial. You may have 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 page transcript. The case gets appealed at the end, an original for the court, and then copies for the attorneys all get ordered, all have to get paid for. The court reporter gets paid, say $1,500 if it's only two attorneys, an original for the court at 1,500 pages, 2 copies for each one of the attorneys at 1,500 pages, at a bare minimum $2, normally in the range of $3.85 per page. At 1,500, I mean, a 1,500 page transcript's not a particularly big transcript, but the court reporter gets paid that directly. So it's when the court reporters get mad at me sometimes because I tease them, but if you go through the courthouse parking lot in Victorville and you find the 8 nicest cars in the parking lot, I guarantee 7 of them belong to the court reporters.
And they own those forever, so it's like royalties.
Yep.
Like you write a song, anybody that ever sings that's got to pay that royalty. And there's actually companies that buy retiring court reporters will actually sometimes sell their repertoire or whatever to the company that then owns it.
They get paid a salary to be in the courtroom. So they get paid
Donald
to be
Trump could make a ton of money.
Could.
With all of his trusts.
Or he could spend a ton of money.
Yeah.
They get paid a salary to be in the courtroom, but then they get paid every time somebody wants a copy of the transcript.
That's wild.
And there's required, so anytime there's a prelim done, they have to do an original and X number of copies of the preliminary hearing. Anytime there's a trial that gets appealed, the appellate court gets an original and copies, so there's like, the court reporters do pretty well.
Any other questions for? Thank you so much.
Thanks, Richard.
Exciting.
We have a very good group of court
I think I learned
reporters.
more than I wanted to know.
Yeah, we have an excellent group of court reporters at Victorville. All three of the names that were up there are all local Victorville court reporters that I've known for 20 years.
That's awesome.
And you know how awesome they are.
Okay, moving on. Thank you so much for your comments, Trustee Wood. Approval of consent agenda items. Can I get a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Whoa! Wow. Slow your roll, guys. Rochambeau to see who wins. We're gonna do motion by Brady, second by Griffin. And student advisory.
Yes.
And voting will be open soon.
Yeah, I get mine first now because I'm close.
That is how it works.
Actually, it did.
Okay. My brain. Nothing was pulled from consent. So 11.2, 2026 San Bernardino County School Boards Association election.
Motion?
Thank you. Motion by Brady, second by Wood, and student advisory.
Yes.
And this is something that we all got.
So you'd be
Emails.
voting on,
The people that were sent to us, right?
well, so I think you just vote in your area, right? Is that right?
They just approve the vote, and then I vote for them. I submit everything for them.
Yeah,
You
and that
didn't
was
just-
what you sent us
To
via
give an
email.
affirmative vote to everything,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, okay. Voting is open, everyone. Okay, moving on. We're gonna give Stephanie a few minutes to throw this all together as one because there are second read approvals, if that's okay. If I can get a motion from one of you for.
Motion to approve 11.3, 11.4, 11.5, 11.6,
And I heard
11.7.
Griffin, so I'll give you the second if that's okay, just.
Okay, that's fine. Second.
All right, and then student advisory?
Yes.
Okay, and then we're just gonna give her a few minutes. Are we gonna vote verbal and you're gonna do it, or do you
I
need?
can do them all if you do motioned all of them.
So, yeah, he motioned all of
Okay,
them,
just give me
Brady,
one-
and second by Griffin.
All right, give me 1 minute.
And then just a verbal.
She just needs a second. Okay, so I skipped the verbal. Are we all in agreement? Because it just went through.
We're
Sorry.
waiting for her to say she's ready.
I'm going unanimous because
Yeah.
they approved it.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me go
Yes.
2 more.
Are you done?
2 more.
2 more, okay.
Thank you, Stephanie. We're
Joe,
almost
that's a font I can read. I like that.
there. Even from there.
Yeah, that's a font I can read. I appreciate
Well,
it.
they do that for me.
Yeah.
Any with glasses, yeah.
Okay, 12.1.
Thank you, ma'am. 12.1, Ex Libris Campus M Service Agreement.
Motion?
Second.
And student advisory.
Yes.
Okay, 12.2, 2025 to 2028 Student Equity Plan.
Motion.
Second.
Student Advisory.
Yes.
Uh, 13.1, 2026-27 Budget Calendar.
Motion.
Second.
Student Advisory.
Yes.
And 13.2 Purchase Agreement Victorville Fleet and Commercial.
Motion.
Second.
Student Advisory.
Yes.
13.3 Agreement SGH Architects, Architectural Service for Building 30.
Motion.
Second.
Student Advisory.
Yes.
Discussion?
Once it passes, I was gonna have Michael come up, say something.
You have something you want to say?
Does he want to come up and say something?
Michael,
Oh, okay, after.
after the, goes through.
Okay, so voting is
Oh.
open? Voting's open.
I just wanted to, then I did want to ask before we vote, well, I mean, I can vote.
Go ahead.
Do whatever you want.
Have we started looking into the wind thing that hasn't been forgotten?
Michael, why don't you come up now that it's been approved? Why don't you come up and just, tell us how we're getting started?
Good evening,
We
everybody.
need one more vote for it to be approved.
Sorry.
I'm slow. I forgot to hit
It's
yes,
okay.
no.
We've all done it, sir. We've all.
What happened?
Nothing, it just wasn't quite approved yet. But it
Yeah.
is now.
You had
Welcome.
to wait for me, Dr. Dan.
It happens to the best of us.
Thank you very much. My name is Michael Stevens, Managing Partner with SGH Architects. We are thrilled to be part of the project and to address Trustee Wood's comment. Yes, we have had some discussions about how we're going to handle the wind and reorient the building. We have a couple strategies in mind. We're going to test them out as we develop the building. As I talked to Dr. Walden before the meeting tonight, we're ready to roll up our sleeves and get started. We could start Monday. We're ready. We're excited about this. We realize the importance of this project to Victor Valley College and what it means to the future generations of Victor Valley College students and future students and graduates, and its impact on the learning environment. And we're hopeful to really make a positive contribution to that. We're positive that we can. So thank you for the opportunity.
So the first part of the project is them meeting with the building user groups to get their input, and then they move forward after that.
When do you think you have something to bring back?
I haven't put together the full design schedule yet, but I will share that with Dr. Vreeman the minute we do meet to outline the roadmap to success for the project. And we're hopeful that we'll have a schematic design package ready for you within the next 60 days or so.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
13.4 Fiscal Year 24-25 District Financial Audit and Bond Measure JJ Financial Performance Audit.
Motion.
Second.
Student Advisory.
Yes.
Thirteen point five Agreement Cupca Emergency Agreement Chapman Coast Roof, VVC Emergency Roofing for Building 44.
Motion.
Second.
Student advisory.
Yes, please.
Please, please and thank you.
You don't want it to rain inside?
Inside.
We have no roof.
You have your own sunroof, you know?
It's not gonna rain again for a while. The wind will blow.
Agreement Sierra School Equipment Company VVC workstations for Building 23.
Motion?
Second.
Oh,
Ooh, some competition. So motion by Brady, second by Griffin. Student advisory.
Yes.
Wouldn't be this time.
I told you it happens to all of us.
Hey, Steve, concrete's expensive.
Hey,
13.7.
I just make the cement, not the concrete.
Jurgensen Concrete Inc., Stadium Field, Houses, and Press Box.
Motion.
Second.
Whoa.
I just want to say, this is going to be so cool when this is done. You know, it's going to change how we look at that end of the property.
Yes.
It'll be a game changer.
So the three bids are there on the, you can see the highest bid was 7.1 million. Then there was one for 5.5, and the bid we took was 4.5.
I can't wait to see the rendering of it.
Student advisory.
Yes.
And that was a motion by Brady, a second by Wood.
Please, what is the completion date for the field houses? Is it the end of this year?
September 2026 is our estimate right
December of 26?
September.
Oh, September of 26.
But they'll still be playing ball over there this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They live another year.
This wasn't, so they won't have it for the start of the football season, but they can move in hopefully in the middle of the season.
So we're going to start with the football side and work our way to the baseball side, so we might have it ready for football season 2026.
Even better.
Nice.
That's smart. Good job. 15.1 curriculum changes.
Motion.
Oh.
Second.
So let's go motion by Griffin and second by Terrell. Student advisory.
Yes.
Perfect. And can I get a motion
Motion.
to adjourn?
Second. Good job. 7:41. I think that beats.
I was first.
It does not beat
No.
Brandon, but
No.
the people that complain the most about the length of the meeting are also the people that talk the most. So I just want to say self-reflection is key.
Oh, wow.
I think she might practice that during Christmas, you know?
Maybe.
It's like,
Maybe.
God, for so many